So some time ago I was out there trimming some tall grass with my electric hedge trimmer, and I ran into a hidden tool in the depths of the grass that kind of messed it up. So this is the repair. I hit a steel fork thingy and it jammed between the blades of the chopper, and you can see it bent the bottom blade up there a bit. So I think I can fix that pretty straightforward. I thought I could take this blade out easily and just flatten it out on an anvil, but it turns out I couldn't take the blade out without taking the entire case apart, which I've done before and I didn't want to do because there's springs and things in there. It's a real pain in the butt. There's a screw here, a Phillips screw here, that tends to get filled with dirt if you use this thing like I do, and that takes off this orange cover, which exposes the other end of these bolts, and you need a wrench on each side of that bolt to get them out. There's a spacer there that allows these bolts to be totally tight and yet still let this thing move, so that's important. So basically I beat the thing out on my anvil in place, which limited my which side I could beat on. I could only beat on one side of it, so I had to use shims and things under it to get the counter bend that I was trying to get. And we're back on the bench because this whole bottom blade had a bend in it, which I flattened out. I mean, the teeth were bent, everything. I did a real nice job on that. And it still has a general bend in it, but the screws, the bolts, the retaining bolts, the operating bolts, flattened out most of it, except at the very end, and you can see that still flares out a bit. And in operation, that's going to be a big problem, because it's got to be there to cut, it's like a pair of scissors that are loose. So I'm going to take this off and counterbend this to get it right. If I put a bend in it this way, this last screw will flatten it out and actually exert pressure of this against that, which is better. I overdid it a bit, but when this screws down, because there's a screw hole right there, when that screws down, that's going to keep it flush. Okay, so I've straightened out that blade considerably with a counter bend at the end. With that screw in place, you can see now how much better that blade is. When we tighten that up, you can see it's going to press well all along the length. And now, as you can see, it is flat with contact all the way along there. Very nice. So that's good. Okay, so I'm going to finish this up and that's it. Time to take a look and see if that repaired hedge trimmer is going to do the job. So we're going to go out and do a little trimming down here under the Honda and along the edge here. Just give it a shot. So there you go. There is a repaired electric hedge trimmer. Hope that helps you. Happy day to you.